So when people sit there and say Gary's a conspiracy theorist, nut, or whatever, just know that I look into shit and I try to look at it with common sense. And at first, yes, at face value from those two first videos, it made me say, what's up? But we looked at the rapping shit. Supposedly they rap people, even their faces. They waterboard them as they're bringing them into the thing. I don't know if we fully debunked
I got a question.
it.
I
don't know if we fully debunked it. But yeah, I think we did. I think she was on meth. What's up, baby? Welcome back to another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian Licata. Once again, I'm your host, Gary G. Garcia, along with my partner in misinformation, my brother from another mother, Brian Licata. And it's so good to be back with you again today, my brother. I'm very excited on how long we've been doing this, man. It's fucking awesome.
I was kind of thinking with the number of episodes we're in, we'd be like, we're old enough to be the president, We're at like 86, 87, 88. Like we should really be like the Speaker of the House of Representatives, at this age. We should be getting senile, and we should be, making poor choices, which we also are.
I'm doing both of those things, man. I'm doing both. I'm glad to know I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Oh, shit.
I want to give a shout out, man, to the Brown brothers. I was on their radio station out there in Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
They had me on yesterday. And I just want to give them a shout out. It was dope. Bunch of cool dudes. Check them out, Brown Brothers. You can follow them on Instagram and check out their shit. Two brothers, they got their son on there. They do live radio on Saturdays. It's pretty fucking cool.
The Brown
Brothers Comedy and Entertainment.
Brothers Brown. Oh, Brown Brothers.
Brown Brothers.
Yeah, I got it.
Comedy and Entertainment.
I'm trying to
on Instagram, man. These dudes were mad cool. Once again, thanks for having me on. It was a fucking fun time. I was upset because I got the time mixed up because they're in Tennessee, so
they're central.
I forgot about the difference in the hours. When they said 4:30, I'm sitting here at 4:30 my time. And I'm like, where are these dudes? And then I realized it was central, and I said, ah, shit. So I had to cut it short. I was only able to do like 45 minutes, but
that's unfortunate.
Still cool, man. I gave him what little time I had, and it was dope. I had a great time.
Cool.
Great conversation.
Very nice.
I learned some things, dude. I learned some things because we started talking about 60 days in.
Here they go.
And there they are, man.
Yep. Okay. 60 days in. What happened with 60 days in?
Well,
what did they have to say about that?
Well, no, the son is really into it. He watches it all the time. And when it came out, I used to watch it all the time. And you ever watch it?
Yes, I have seen a few full episodes, but it just seems it's too fake for me. It's not
that is
too scripted. It's like Jerry Springer,
Yeah, but there was this one dude, this white dude, who was in the military. I think it was the first season or the second season, and he stayed another season. So he did 120 days. He was the first one to ever stay. He didn't want to leave. He was doing good. You know what I'm saying? It was a white dude. He wound up doing good. He was down with all the freaking people. He was chilling. And then it wound up like, I think a year ago, whatever, he committed suicide.
Whoa.
So we're talking about this. And then the son is like, yeah, but he had some real charges. And I was like, what? And he said, yeah, that he was facing molestation charges.
Oh.
Which led me to wonder.
Nate Burrow.
Yeah. And does it say that he was facing any charges on there? Because I didn't know about that.
All right. So this is an article from Oxygen. Nate Burrow, a regular fixture on A&E's 60 Days In, has died by suicide shortly after being charged in a sexual assault case.
Yeah.
Burrow fatally shot himself in the downtown area of Allegan, Michigan on Saturday evening. This is from a couple years ago. Burrow's suicide comes in the midst of a criminal investigation. Late last month, Michigan prosecutors charged him with 5 felonies, including first-degree criminal sexual conduct, assault with a dangerous weapon, and assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder. People reports.
All right. Well, it doesn't say nothing there about it being an underage person.
No, hold on. No, it does not.
No. So that takes away my whole theory. Because I was told that it was like a molestation case, and I was sitting there thinking, imagine this dude was fighting those urges all his life, And the only thing that kept him from doing it was going to jail. And then he went in 60 days in, slid an extra thing to push it, see what he could do. And he realized he was built for it. Once he realized he was built for it, the consequences didn't mean so much. He went out and gave into his urges, figuring what's the worst thing that could happen. I go back to jail. I already did it. It's all right. Yeah. But that kills my whole. That sounds more like he was probably going through some stress with his lady and flipped out.
No, I think like some of these headlines are saying rape, but I'm trying to find the actual. There's a suicide note.
Oh, he left the note.
Yeah, hold on. I'm
dove right into some darkness today, man.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to find
crazy, man. Either way, man, on the show he was a cool dude.
On the show he was cool.
Yeah, he was a cool dude on the show, man. He was like a fan favorite.
He said he was falsely accused of rape. Some big people, not to bash the ex-wife. It was the ex-wife that was accusing him of rape.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah,
that's what I figured. And he probably just had enough at that point. That's a whole different ball game.
Yeah,
yeah. So I take back that.
Theory hold on, we got Facebook posts. We got a Facebook post. Here we go. This isn't an admission of guilt. I'm just tired. I've been through so much in my life. The pain of my situation now hurts me more than I ever imagined. I can't keep going on. I'm sorry, Jordan. I let you down. I've dreamed of the day I get to raise my son, but that was taken away from me.
Wow.
I can only imagine how bad this would all turn out and all of the legal crap that would ensue after this custody and everything else. You win. You've promised for weeks you will ruin my life, and I had no idea who I was messing with. You were right. And I didn't know who damn, that's fucking dark, dude.
Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know if he was guilty of anything, man. That sounds like a woman who was wrecking this dude. And he already did service and shit, military, and he did 2 fucking tours in fucking prison. Dude, you don't want to fuck with that dude. That is a red flag, man.
Yeah. All of it.
Every single thing in that picture, down to the fact that he's military and didn't make his bed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If that's his bed.
Yeah. Or if he is military.
Well, he is military. Yeah, he was military. Yeah, he's military.
Yeah. Look at him. Definitely. Jarhead. Is he a Marine?
He was military.
He looks like a Marine.
Yeah. It's sad, man. A Marine, tough dude, broken by a woman.
Did 2 tours in Iraq.
Wow. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's him in 60 days in. I don't know, man. I'm going to give him the benefit of a doubt on that one, man.
I'm with you.
And we'll never know.
Thank you for your service also, Mr.
Yeah,
Burrow.
We'll never know, unfortunately, man. Man. That's why you got to keep going. Got to keep moving. Got to fight through, man. Nothing better than overcoming adversity. That's what we're supposed to do. That's why a utopia world wouldn't work with us, man. It would drive us insane.
Yeah.
We need adversity in our life, man.
We do. Otherwise, we become depressed,
Exactly.
We
need adversity. You need to have things to overcome to build you up.
Yes. You have to stay challenged, and you have to keep increasing those things and make them harder as time goes on,
All right, man. Well, here's something I want to touch, man. Anne Heche. Anne Heche, right? That's the name?
Yep. Anne Heche.
Anne Heche. I don't know who's talking about this, man. And I don't know why more people aren't. If you don't know, Anne Heche was an actress who recently passed away in a car accident. Supposedly, it was a second car accident in like a very short time.
Mm-hmm.
This one seems a little weird because she drove into a house. So that alone is a little weird that she drove into a house. But what makes it more weird is that when they pulled her out, they had her completely wrapped, head and everything wrapped. In fact, I thought her feet was her head because the only thing sticking out was a little bit of her feet. And I thought that was her head.
Right.
And then she jumps up.
Hold on.
Out of the gurney, man.
I got a tape This is from Fox News. This is coming from Live Now from Fox. And again, this is from, how long ago is this from? August 5th. Right.
Very shady.
We are using this under the Fair Use Act. This video is under Fair Use Act for political commentary and
Look at you.
Information. This is not a copyright infringement. We are using this to inform the public and to have open and honest discourse under the Second Amendment, freedom of fucking speech, bitch.
Someone's been doing their homework.
Let's go.
Someone's been doing their homework and shit.
To learn new developments into that car crash in Los Angeles, and as the driver by TMZ and Fox 11 out there in Los Angeles identified as Anne Heche. Let's take a look one more time at that video that we saw earlier this afternoon of a car going into a house taking place there out in Marvin.
House of Preston, and car slam.
Bro, it's in here, bro.
Yeah, it's in the house.
Through.
You can see firefighters on the scene there, taking that car out.
See, now look at the damage in the back.
11 in Los Angeles.
The back of the
car. Look at all that
right?
damage in the back area.
Did it explode?
And sparked a fire.
Fire?
Firefighters were on the scene just before.
Yeah, but that's like pushed out this way. But that could have been from the firefighters.
It looks pushed in.
A Mini Cooper, you can see there, went through.
But here's where it gets crazy.
Massive fire. Within an hour, the
right,
firefighters, LAFD, had eventually pulled the car out of your home. You can see it was towed out of the home there. Firefighters still looking in the car to find possible survivors. The driver was rescued, as you'll see in this next little clip we're going to transition to real quick. They were taken to the hospital, as you can see there, in a hurry.
Now look at that, completely wrapped up.
It looks like there's a little something here, maybe an arm.
Yeah, but
yeah, completely
she's wrapped up. Where's her head? Where's her feet?
Right, and tied down.
Yeah.
To get out of that car that crashed into that home.
Now here we go, people. Watch this.
Structural damage
now,
of that home as it was
see, you see her feet now, her legs. Her head is wrapped completely.
Yeah.
Who does that?
All right, hold on. So now, devil's advocate for 1 second here, right? Fiery crash, possible burn victim. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe they want to cover her.
You do not put cloth on top of a burn.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
And if the person's the burn victim, where's the oxygen being provided to this person?
Correct.
Where is the EMT outside? Those are firemen. Right. And I know firemen has EMT, but there should be EMT on that scene.
Right. Especially by this point too.
Especially at this point.
Yeah. Just a little devil advocate.
Her whole head is covered.
And people are saying that these guys aren't hustling. They kind of are. You know,
they're hustling.
Yeah. But I've read some comments.
They're trying to move that body.
Yeah. They're moving. They're moving quick.
Yeah. What do you mean they're not hustling? They're hustling.
Other people have said that.
But look, there's no EMT. No EMT. All firemen.
Yeah. There's not one ambulance, dog.
There's a fireman ambulance right here where they're going to put her. They're going to go around this truck.
Oh, yes.
But where's the EMT? Firemen EMT don't wear all the helmets and shit.
Donnie Brasco, Wag the Dog, Volcano, a bunch of movies.
Now look, boom, wait, rewind it. Go back. Here you go. Now watch, man. She pulls over the thing, pops out.
There is a dramatic moment.
She's trying to get out.
Being put
and they just shove her in.
Ambulance to take to the hospital. That driver was
they just shove her in, dog.
As Anne
her head was covered.
See, we slowed it down a little bit for you as
and then look, boom, she pops out. They had that shit wrapped around above her chest.
She needed from the hospital.
For her to be able to pull that right over her head, that's above the chest. So they had her strapped down above the chest with shit covering her face. Supposedly she was in a fiery crash. You don't put cloth on top of burns. It's going to stick to the burns. You're going to have to peel that shit off.
Dude.
And she looked pretty spunky.
Now, she looked crazy, you know, looked nuts. It looked like a wild
Of course,
scene.
She was just in a car crash.
Now, I want you to notice something. as this body flicks up, I want you to look at this bottom line and read what it says there, right? At the same time.
From 6 days, 7 nights, Donnie Brasco, Wag the Dog, Volcano,
as the body is flipping up, bro.
A dramatic moment there just before being put into the ambulance to take to the hospital.
Alex would have a field day with this.
Was identified.
Now, I want to bring it back to something you were saying, man. Like, look, you know, usually at the scene of these like big accidents and stuff like that, there's
a bunch of ambulance
cops, EMT, and dude, anybody.
Yeah, there's no cops.
Everybody,
just firemen.
Right, that all have the hats on. That all have their
every
faces
single
covered.
one. You can't see their faces. They all look exactly the same. And where was this tape? Where did this happen?
This was in California. Let me see if I can find some other videos.
Bring up California firemen. Do me a favor. Bring up California uniform.
Yeah,
fireman uniform.
Yeah, let me see where Anne Heche accident location.
Yeah, because supposedly she had another car accident before that recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
that's
in LA.
The terrible driver. if that's how it went down, yo. How didn't she crash more within her time of driving? She had 2 accidents. How far? Let's look that up real quick. I don't know about you, but what did we just watch? And we watched another one where the announcer actually says, yo, what's going on? That was weird. And I'm pretty sure that dude don't have a job anymore. The other guy was following the rule book. You know, he made it sound like that was natural. The person flopping up like that. Now I know people might bug out because she could be in shock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So her jumping up wouldn't really been crazy to me if they didn't have her covered, her whole head, everything covered. And I know they're gonna come out and be like they did it for some reason, that there was some reason they did it. What reason? What reason could you know what the dust, debris might fall on her? Give me a fuck. Once they got her out the house, how come they didn't take it off her face?
Check this out. This is from a house up the block. The residential street.
Holy shit.
Dude.
That looks like no brakes. That looks like no brakes, dude. They cut her brakes.
Dude, but the acceleration. The acceleration.
Yeah.
And it's in a straight line. She's not swerving. She's not swerving.
Yo.
Bro, that's doing like 40 or 50. 60 maybe?
Dude, that shit looks like it's fucking zooming. Think she was dead already?
See, but here's the thing.
Think she was dead and they just put a brick on her fucking on her accelerator and sent her straight with the lane assist.
Dude, I feel like a car wouldn't go that straight though, man. That thing was just cooking. Straight line, you know?
So you think she just drove it into the fucking car? She just drove it into the wall?
See, okay, so let's go back to this, right?
Did she have mental issues? Oh, well, here's something we're forgetting to say.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, then we have to
play the video. Play the video. This way I'm not saying
it. Oh, which one? The Instagram video?
The one that I sent you, which makes this thing really weird. Okay, this is what makes it all weird. Other than the stuff that we just looked at face value. Now check this out.
Conspiracy theorists are at it again after actress Anne Heche got into...
Did you hear how they started that whole thing? Right off the bat, the way they started this was conspiracy theorists are at it again. They're putting on their silver hats, people. Don't listen to anything they got to say, but go ahead, play it now. I love the way they started it. Conspiracy theorists are at it again.
2 consecutive unusual car crashes just weeks before she was to begin touring to promote her new film about sex trafficking. Conspiracy theorists state that the timing of the crash is odd, but more interestingly, that she appeared to have tried to escape off the gurney as she was being placed into the ambulance.
Oh my gosh, he's completely alive. He was trying to get away. I don't know. That was really, really strange. That was crazy. Now the next question is, yeah, he tried to get out.
The theorizers say it may be a warning to other filmmakers not to make films on the highly profitable sex trafficking industry. Conspiracy.
Or podcasters.
I'll end up dead and won't even make the news. I'll hit a helicopter and that shit won't even make the news, yo.
I'll just be like, man, G is really, really, really late to this podcast.
Exactly. You won't even know, son. No info. Nobody thinks that's weird. Now, can you look up her first crash? Because he said it was 2 weird crashes. But that video of that car going by, it's crazy, dude. That shit just zooms right by. Phew. That's crazy. And you don't really hear brakes either, right? All you hear is the crash. I'm thinking dead in the car as it drives by. Acceleration just push down. Lane assist, which will keep you straight until a turn comes. And once that turn comes at that speed, it's not going to keep you in there. It's going to go right off and then it's going to fuck up.
Bro, she got in 2 accidents on the same day, dude.
In the same day?
Yeah. Heche 50 was driving a blue Mini Cooper when she first crashed into a garage of an apartment complex in LA. The first crash happened around 11 a.m. She apparently fled the scene and proceeded to drive on the same block before slamming her car into a different home, according to the Daily Mail.
Oh.
Witnesses told TMZ people tried to help the actress out of her car before she fled.
The first one. Or is that the second crash?
It sounds like
that's the first crash. Because now it says Anne Heche's second car crash.
Okay. Minutes after her first accident, Heche then crashed into a nearby home in Mar Vista and ignited a fire. See, those are the firefighters we got to look up. Okay.
Let's go. Images.
Let's go back. You know what I hate, bro? I hate that I got to read this shit on Fox. Fox is the most trustworthy news source, dude.
Yeah.
They're like more anti-establishment now than any of the other ones, you know?
Yeah.
It sucks. The Los Angeles Fire Department shared a statement saying the vehicle had a single occupant when it rammed into a 2-story home built in 1952. The 59 firefighters took 65 minutes to access, confine, and fully extinguish the stubborn flames and within the heavily damaged structure and rescued.
Her legs look pretty good, and her back for being in a fucking fire for that long.
The footage was a little transferred to the hospital. Okay. Brian Humphrey, a spokesperson for the LA Fire Department, told Fox News Digital the person involved in the accident was transferred to hospital in critical condition. So they weren't transporting him dead. Her dead.
Well, they definitely can't say that because she pops up.
Right.
The question is, why'd you have her wrapped up looking like she was dead?
Conscious and breathing. A resident was present at the time of the accident and at home of the injury. So the person from the house said,
it says sometimes they're wrapped with white sheets. Burnt victims are often wrapped in a sterile sheet, and sometimes sterile water is applied to the sheet to cool the burns.
Right. I mean, it would make so I'm just
not to dive deeper, you got to say, should you put any kind of cloth on a burn victim? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to dive deeper. Now you got to look at what it says when you just Google what the natural thing you're supposed to do. I doubt they changed all that. It's a lot of work to change all that. But I don't know, man. I think they'd be applying some sort of oxygen to a burn victim. They might wrap the body. I don't think about them wrapping the face like that, man. That's a little weird to me. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know anything, people. Okay? I don't want you to think that I'm not saying this or that about this thing. I'm just looking at it.
This is from a personal injury attorney. So they're going to know the law. You know what I mean? So this says, elevate the burn parts of the body, raise above the heart, cover the area of the burn, use a cool, moist, sterile bandage, clean, moist cloth or moist cloth towels. Get tetanus shot. That makes sense to me.
What about if it's on the face?
Dude, I mean, I think the same thing. I think like if your skin gets burned, that top layer of dermis is off, and you got to protect that shit so you don't get like bacteria and dirt and all that other shit in there, because your inner skin is exposed. Yeah,
no, I would get that. I would get wrapping. When you say that, I could say, okay, I understand the wrapping. I just don't think they would wrap your face. How are you breathing?
That's true, bro.
How are you breathing? And if you just in a traumatic experience and you got something on your face, isn't that going to just bug you out even fucking more?
Mm-hmm.
I just can't see. I'm not buying it. That's going to be our new shirts. I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it. Girl in room
I'm just not.
13.
I'm just not. I find it very weird and convenient.
Do you want to watch the preview for the movie?
Yes. Let's watch that preview. Once again, we're just doing this for informative purposes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying.
Yeah, let's check that out, man. What was the movie?
So yeah, she was starring in it. She was Janie, whoever that is, and Anne Heche. Girl in Room 13. It's a Lifetime movie. Check it out. This is owned exclusively by Lifetime. This is from their YouTube channel. Creative Commons Fair Use Act. Second Amendment. Blah, blah, blah.
Did someone send you a letter?
Not yet.
Grace! Let's have a toast. My girl. She's been out of rehab for a month. Walk about.
That's her.
I am committed
That's
to
Anne.
making this work.
Without a doubt.
Guess who I ran into? Richie.
He was asking about you.
I don't need his trouble.
Hey.
No, Richie, I can't. I should go.
Okay, yeah.
What do you want? Richie, let me go.
Why hasn't she called?
Maybe we should face the facts.
It's been 2 days since you last saw her. Grace has a history with drugs. There's nothing here that indicates that a crime has taken place.
She's relapsed.
Something happened to her. I just want to go home.
You said you saw your daughter last at the interstate.
Drugs flow along that interstate like water. And when there's drugs, there's trafficking. They seduce them. They drug them. After 10 days, they sell them.
They sell them. 10 days.
How long has your daughter been missing?
Would you all sell that quick?
She'll be okay. Shut up! It's my rules now, Grace.
What are you gonna do to me?
It's starting to feel like a needle in a haystack.
We're gonna keep looking until we find her, Bert. We're gonna find her.
It looks like they found her. That's good. It's that's the silver lining. Little silver lining. It looks like they found her.
I mean, I got to be honest. It doesn't really look like that good of a movie. So maybe that's why they killed her.
Maybe her career was dead before she was. That's terrible, dude. It's too soon. It's too soon. It just happened. It's too soon. I apologize. So any family of the Heche that might Heche, whatever that might be watching this, I apologize. I still find it shady.
Maybe we can get the firefighters to extinguish the flames of the film reels.
Look up those firefighters, man. Let's see what their costumes look like. Because all these dudes were like running around in yellow, just straight up yellow head to toe. Is that how they dress? Let's see if we could find another like little niche and something. I mean, yeah, the movie doesn't look that good. I think I don't think they had to kill her behind that. And what's that on?
Lifetime.
Lifetime. Yeah, I'll check it out. But it doesn't look like anything that you have to kill someone over. It doesn't look like it's gonna be watched much.
I mean, they look like regular firefighters, you know?
All right, yeah, all yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, those almost looked a little rubbery on the scene. They look kind of like the ones you buy as costumes. That's what they look like, right? Look at them. Go back to that real quick. Because you saw those ones, right? Those ones look like a thick, dark kind of yellow. They all had like dirt that they couldn't get out of it. It looked like material. I feel like they look like they're wearing raincoats. I could be wrong. You know, I do drugs. And sometimes I just see what I want to see.
You can see this, but it's called...
As we continue to learn more time at that video that we taking that car out from the
oh, no, all right. Yeah, I'm
Fox
bugging.
11
I'm
in
bugging.
Los
That's what they
Angeles.
look like.
Said the driver went into that house.
That's a good shot of him too.
Yeah. I'm wrong. I was seeing what I want to see. They look a lot more yellow.
I know.
On the west.
Let's see the guys pulling her out. Do they look like those guys? Ooh, see, I still got to stay looking for something.
Massive fire. Within an hour, the firefighters, LAFD, had eventually pulled the car out of your home. You can see it was towed out of the home there. Firefighters still looking in the car to find possible survivors. The driver was rescued, as you'll see in this next little clip. We're going to transition.
It's not hard to find survivors in a car.
They were taken to the hospital, as you can see there.
See, there you go, the old yellow dudes. Yeah. Maybe those are the EMS.
In a hurry to get out of that car that crashed into that.
Yeah, maybe that's EMS.
They were worried about the structural damage.
But dude, all completely covered. All these guys, right?
But all three of them, yeah. Once you start going to the people who are grabbing them, they're all in like bright yellow. All bright yellow. It's like different than those guys that were in that building. But that could be, I don't know, maybe that's...
The weirdest part, dude, no cops.
No cops. No regular EMS.
Yeah. Know the name from
and then the Alex Jones thing down here at the bottom is quite odd.
That's probably just timing. I'm not gonna put too much into that. But that right here, man, this is crazy. That shit is crazy, man.
Is a dramatic...
I mean, does she look burned, or is that her shirt? That looks like that's her shirt.
Yeah, kind of
like a tank top. That looks like a tank top.
Yeah.
And when you look at that looking like a tank top, her arms don't look burnt.
I mean, it's really hard to tell from that video.
Well, she wasn't dead in the car then.
No.
Drugged? I think no brakes. I think they clipped her brakes.
You think so?
I think they went old school on that one. But that's the thing, though. She crashed the first time and then fled. So maybe she was having some... Does she have a record of, like, being mental? Maybe she was just mental.
TMZ saying under the influence of cocaine.
Under the influence of cocaine? How much cocaine was she... What, did she just fucking kill Manolo and was feeling bad about it? So she dug her face into a pile of cocaine and just said, and then jumped in a car. How much cocaine do you have to do to crash into a wall and then Jimmy and Jet and then crash straight into another wall?
I'm trying to see if I can find. I might have another angle here, bro. This looks like a way higher quality video than that last one we saw. And this kind of looks live. I think is this uncut. You want to watch another angle?
Let's check another angle, man. Let's see all the angles, dude.
Yeah, this doesn't look like it has any sound, but it was a little clear before I hold on. Let's see, 720.
I don't know, man. It just all seems very weird. What's the deal with the whole yellow joints? Go back to those pictures, see if we can find one, or ask the question on Google, like, are there differences in the fucking uniforms?
See, now that ambulance right now, bro, that ambulance was here. That's not even here yet.
Yeah, there's a cop there.
Look, yeah, there's a cop there.
All right, so we found one cop.
Now there's a bunch of cops over here on this other side.
Yo, that's crazy. Imagine you chilling in your house and a car comes through your living room.
That's why I live on the fucking 4th floor, bro.
That's why you shouldn't put your couch near the entrance. You should always face the door. Always face the door, man.
Yeah, always. Yep.
You know?
Los Angeles.
I mean, it's just weird. There's two cops right there.
Yeah, these two.
Yeah, so there's some cops there.
Is this the car?
So we debunked that. This shit is still kind of weird. Like, I'm wondering why those dudes just got yellow. And like they just shove her in. That's kind of weird. They kind of just shove her in. And them other two dudes just stand behind it. Look how the other two dudes coming around. I mean, that dude looks like he got a white hat on, so he's probably like a captain or some shit. But it's like weird the way they stand there when they push her in. To me, it's a little weird. Like they kind of, and what's that dude holding in his hand?
Behind his back? Behind his back?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Walkie-talkie or some shit, or something to beat her with if she tries to run out.
Maybe it's the handcuffs, the plastic handcuffs. Strap her down.
No, but look, they just stand there, boom, boom, boom. It says, does that say EMT on the top of his hat?
We're not gonna be able to tell that, bro.
Right
EMS.
there. Yeah, EMT, yes, it does. Man, don't fuck with my eyesight, dog. 52 when I fucking spotted that. Yeah, so maybe the all yellows are EMT. See, like I don't see no all yellows, man. Oh, wait, there's all yellow. There's all yellow. Up right in the middle. There's an all yellow picture.
This one?
Yeah, right. So they do have some all yellows. I don't know. Does that make me feel any better? A little. A little. But I don't know. I don't know. You tell me, people. You know, throw something in the comment. Let me know if you think they killed this chick or she's just bugging on cocaine. If they would have said bath salt, I would have believed them. They need to do their research. If they would have said bath salt, I'd have been like, yeah, that bitch was bugging. You know, cocaine, I don't know. But it's weird because she crashed the first time. She wasn't getting followed. There's no car behind her. Unless there is, and they cut it out the video. Unless, like, somewhere down the line, another car comes zooming by. But there's no other car, it doesn't seem. That shit came by fast, man. That shit came by fast.
I'm trying to find the audio from the 911 call.
That shit came down fucking fast, yo. She was zooming. You know, and did you hear like screeching before the crash, or is it just the crash? Did it sound like
you just heard the crash, bro?
That was it, right? No
the crash. Yeah, here's the
a car just went through my neighbor's house.
Okay.
And very fast because it's like in the second room, and we don't know what.
Okay.
People are just clearing up the stuff here.
So that the car went all the way into the house?
Yes, like 10 feet into the house.
Oh, now, is it safe for you to get next to the patients?
Somebody is doing that right now. It's
okay.
Not safe that somebody's going there now.
Was anyone thrown out of any of the vehicles?
It doesn't look like it. It's got the flashes on. It's got the door open. We're making communication.
The bag's open.
And you said nobody's pinned or trapped. Do we have everybody that was in that house accounted for?
Everybody that was in the house is accounted for, yes.
Okay. How about everybody that was in the vehicle? Are they all accounted for?
We don't know. We just make contact. It looks somebody is opening the back to see if we can.
That shit went through that house. There were no brakes for sure. There were no brakes for sure.
Access.
You know what I'm saying? To go that deep in the house, and you don't hear no like screeching in the other audio. You just hear the crash. So she just drove right through that house. I don't know what to make of it. This is why I'm just a comedian, and I don't. I'm not an investigator of any way, you know, because I don't know what to make of that. It just all seems weird. I mean, I don't know if the trafficking thing, I don't know if I could play on that so hard because it's just like a movie about it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a documentary.
And it's also, it doesn't have anything to do with, it doesn't appear to have anything to do with like, you know.
Well, I mean, it obviously has something to do with sex trafficking because they mentioned the whole thing that after 10 days,
it seems more about like
a crazy dude that just wants to keep his lady.
Yes. It seems like
because at no point does it look like he sells her.
Nor does it look like there's anybody, any officials, high-ranking officials involved.
I mean, that to me doesn't really bother me because in like when you look at Taken, a movie like Taken, they just show like rich people buying chicks. You know what I'm saying? They don't really go to like politicians and shit like that and touch on that. So I don't know. I don't know if that plays a role. I feel like that was probably debunked. I think there's something else going on
with this. You think it doesn't have to do with the movie? You think it's?
I don't know. You think it has to do with that movie, man? I mean, it doesn't look good.
Yeah,
and it's just a movie. The other thing made it sound like it was like if it was a documentary, diving into it, you know, or even a movie that was specifically diving into sex trafficking, because this is more, it says based on real events. So this is more of a singular about this person kind of movie. You know, do they touch on all the underground shit? Of course. But like, I mean, everyone doesn't get killed who touches on those things. Movie Taken, Liam Neeson's still here. You know what I'm saying? The girl who played in the movie, I think, is still here. I think we should look it up. Maybe she died, you know.
She made allegations against Harvey Weinstein in 2018.
Who, she did?
Yeah.
Who didn't? So did I. I was trying to get in on a like one of those major lawsuit shits where all you gotta do is sign your name.
Oh, dude, there was three accidents.
She had 3 accidents?
Yeah, I just went to the Wikipedia page.
That's what I'm saying. That's because they didn't say.
August 5th, 2022, she's involved in a sequence of 3 motor vehicle collisions involving a Mini Clubman. She was driving in Mar Vista neighborhood of LA, the final crash being the most serious. The
first collision took place when her vehicle struck an apartment garage, causing minor damage.
Yeah, so we got out of the car with the driver. The vehicle then reversed and left the scene of the accident. A photo. Second hit and run where she struck a Jaguar. Without stopping.
Without injury to the driver.
Yeah, without injury. And then accompanying video shows the Mini Clubman speeding down the alleyway, nearly hitting a pedestrian. A doorbell video recorded in the moments before the final crash shows the vehicle driving along the neighborhood street at a very high speed, followed by seconds later the crash.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I gotta see if these videos are down here. Okay.
So it was 3 crashes in one day. She hit 3 things. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know, man, because you know, like I said, if she hit them and just kept going, then I would say that's a brake thing. You know, they slid her brakes, but she stopped the first time. The second time, no, the first time she stopped. The dude tried to get out the car and she ran, hitting another thing as she's running. She's obviously trying to get away. See, hold on, go back.
What do you want me to pull up? I'm trying to pull up some of these links.
Right, what you just had, that last screen that you just had.
There you go.
That's not, yeah. It says, hold on a second. Anne Heche, fortunately in critical condition. Anne Heche severely burned and in stable condition after crash, right? Anne Heche in stable condition. No. Don't click it.
Oh, this is the article though.
Yeah, but it says Anne Heche in stable condition, right? And then the next one right underneath is she slipped into a coma. So first she was in stable condition, then she slipped into a coma.
Here, let's read these articles. Let's see what this one says. Because this is from the LA Times. Anne Heche in stable condition after crashing car, setting Mar Vista home on fire, rep says. Actor Anne Heche has been hospitalized after she crashed a car and caused
fire. Boom. The fire reported a car crash.
So the accident happened on the 5th, and the 6th is when this was written. The 6th, like the next afternoon, the next day, 24 hours later. The fire department reported a crash, blah, blah, blah. On Saturday, representatives said the actress was in stable condition. Her family and friends asked for your thoughts and prayers and respect her privacy during this difficult time. Heather Duffy Boylston, Heche's friend and podcast partner, said in a statement. No other injuries were reported. Yeah, okay.
So Hanch driving. Yeah, right.
I'm just trying to see if there's any new information. Yeah, where is this video? It's saying that there's a video captured of her being rescued from the car and wheeled. Like we haven't seen her.
That's the video covered in a white cloth.
We haven't seen her.
That's that video.
Yeah.
That's the video they're talking about. She's covered in a white cloth being wheeled into the thing.
Oh shit, bro. She looks fucked up in this photo.
She does look fucked up, man.
She
Maybe
looks
she was
strung
drugged
out, dude. Yeah, she looks strung out.
Yeah,
possible track mark right here, bro. Like, you see this?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe she was just bugging the fuck out.
She doesn't
she
look
looks
good.
like she's strung out.
What's she doing driving a Mini Cooper? Okay, here we go.
No, I think up was the video right there. It has the little place. Oh, she hit the garage.
You can hear her saying no, sir.
I'm out of this.
Wow.
See if we can hear her, G.
Yeah, I heard him say out of the car.
No, sir, is what you said. No, sir. She sounds fucked up.
Yeah, she was just high, man. She was fucking high. At least that's my conclusion.
This is that 11
And then
in the
this is
morning.
where she comes whizzing down. Yeah, doesn't even no break. I mean, no screeches, nothing. That's crazy.
Just trying to see if somebody comes out. Dope.
Yo.
I mean, either way, it's wild. Like
That person got
it's
paid for that video. And didn't even have to be there. Insane. Yeah, I don't think the movie had anything to do with it.
I don't think so either.
Nah, she looked drugged out.
Yeah.
She looked like she was drugged out. Whether or not those were track marks, we do not know, but we do know that look. I do know that look.
Yeah, I know that look, dude.
You know what I'm saying? I know that fucking look.
Honestly,
right
I'm
there.
gonna say, bro, that's kind of a methy look, if you ask me. You know?
Yeah.
A little methy.
Yeah, you could shoot meth though, right?
Oh, you should shoot meth.
Well, you shouldn't, people.
Well, I mean, if you're
Rated G does not condone the use of shooting meth.
Listen, here's the thing: if you're gonna do
We're
hard
not
drugs,
with that. We're against that.
if you're gonna do hard drugs, you should bang it. You know?
Yeah, if you're gonna do meth, you should bang it.
You know?
Don't do meth.
It doesn't fuck your teeth up that way.
Don't do meth. You know, there's that comedian chick who talks about drinking her urine because she found out that meth stays the same as it goes through your thing, and she realized she was sitting on a gold mine. So she said she was more addicted to drinking it. She said it got to a point where she was doing the meth just so she could fucking drink it. She goes, I told all my friends about it. I didn't turn one over.
I don't think so, bro. You wouldn't catch me doing that either. Is that true? It's
a true story. I forgot the comedian's name. It was on that show where they tell like a story.
Yeah, I think
Barstool or whatever it is.
Yeah,
you gotta check it out. It's fucking hysterical, man. Nah, don't put it on now. I don't want to show her material, but
yeah, I won't.
It's hysterical. She just talks about she got into drinking fucking meth through her urine.
Jessa Reed.
Yeah,
Jess her name. Yeah, Jessa Reed.
Check out. It's fucking great. That chick was sick. See, those are the chicks. I'm not gonna lie. Like those are the chicks I don't even want to be bothered with. Like ones that like were like mad crazy. Then you meet them and now they're prudes. You know, and every time you hang out with them, like
I don't think she's a prude anymore. I don't think she's a prude, dog.
No. I'm not saying her. I'm saying like in general. Like, you know, now you go to a bar and you're like, you want to drink, and they're like, oh no. no, I don't want to drink. And then you're like, all right. So you give them a cranberry juice. Now you're sitting there drinking. And they're like, I used to drink like crazy, but I had to stop because whenever I drank, I got so horny. And you're like, yeah, really? Really? Now you stopped? I'm not saying I take advantage of it. I'm just saying I like to enjoy it. I mean, what the fuck? Every time we hang out, you won't even have a drink. You don't smoke weed no more. I used to smoke so much weed. Yeah, now when I smoke, you go, could you take that outside? I don't smoke anymore. I don't want none of those. Like, I don't want chicks that have been through a mill like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, I feel you.
That have been through the mill like that. You could have something, everybody has issues. You could bring up, you're allowed to bring, like, when you go into a hotel and they roll that thing out for you to put your luggage on, you're allowed to have half of one of those filled.
A little tray.
And one thing hanging on one of the hooks. You know what I'm saying? You can't have two of those. You can't have it filled all the way to the top with stuff on your back and struggling to push it in. That's too much, man. Yeah.
I hear you, bro. You can't. You don't want that. You don't want that.
So did you hear the story about Trump burying his ex-wife on his golf course, supposedly near the first hole? And it now turns his golf course into a cemetery. So his golf course now is legally considered a cemetery, and he no longer has to pay any taxes whatsoever on that. No state, no business tax, no whatever the fuck taxes are out there. He don't pay them no more. Because in the state of New Jersey, there's no number of people that you have to have.
Did Trump bury his first wife at his NJ golf course to get a tax break? The savings do not add up. Dude, this is crazy.
Dude, genius.
Since former President Donald Trump's first wife, Ivana, was buried in a plot at the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, last month, questions have come up about whether the golf course property will benefit from the tax-exempt status given to cemeteries.
Yep. Don't get mad at him that he knows the loopholes, man.
Yeah. The question spread on social media, partially spurred by a Dartmouth professor who called the cemetery a trifecta of tax avoidance. In fact, the Trump Family Trust, which oversees the cemetery, was granted a certificate of authority for the cemetery in 2016, long before the death of Ivana Trump. State records show the tax-exempt status granted to cemeteries applies to only a tiny portion of the overall golf club. According to experts, the cemetery consists of about 10 plots covering about 5,700 square feet. That's like one green on a golf course.
So he has to bury 18 people to get the full exempts.
Where do you see that at?
No, I'm just saying, because they said it only covers partial, which is like a surrounding area of the body, from the body outward in a radius, right? And you're saying that's about one hole. That's like one par.
Right? No. It's one green, just the green.
Just the green.
Just the putting green, yeah.
So it's just the putting green.
Yeah.
So he has to go to at least 30. Yes,
18
holes.
He needs like thousands of bodies.
Does he need thousands or just plots?
Just plots, I guess.
I mean, like, cause is that how it works when you open a cemetery? You get the exempt as you fill it up. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to fill this bitch up because we're only getting half the exempt right now. We need to fucking find more dead people.
Dude, that's what Trump's next business plan should be, is to have like MAGA cemeteries for all these old Republicans that are going to start dying.
I'm just saying in my will, I'm going to say, in my will, I want to be buried under my house. So then my family don't have to pay the taxes on the house anymore.
That's cool. Yeah, I don't know if that works in New York, I thought you were just going to get stuffed with like a mic in your hand. I wanted to take you to a taxidermy, bro.
I'm going to do that just for my funeral. You know what I'm saying? After that, I want to be cremated and smoked.
I got dibs on the pineal gland, bro. I want your pineal gland because there's probably some weird
It's
shit
funny
going on in there.
We were talking about that once back in the day on my podcast. My brother was on my podcast. At the time, he was one of the Rat Pack, and we we were talking about smoking, and all my boys like, "Oh, I definitely smoke you, son. Fuck it, I'll do it." And my brother was like, "I wouldn't do it." And I'm like, "You wouldn't smoke me, dog?" And he's like, "No, you're my brother." I'm like, "Stop being so fucking corny, dude."
I think the high would be pretty fucked up.
I think you would fucking see colors.
Be tasting sound.
I think you would see colors.
Tasting sound and hearing colors is what would happen.
I think that shit would have you. I think I'd get you fucked up. That's what I think. I could be wrong. I mean, you know,
you'd probably never come back down fully. I don't think so. I don't think you'd ever come full. I think I'd be changed. I think your brother's right. Your brother's probably smart to not want to smoke you.
He said, "You're my brother. I said, I'd smoke you."
There's also this was an interesting thing that I think you sent me this. Let's check this one out.
The world's biggest mystery of what the fuck this woman did for an elephant to not only stomp on her and kill her, but to come all the way to her funeral and then stomp on her dead body. And by the way, in case you didn't know, the story does not end there. After the elephant stomped on the woman's corpse, it let out a large roar to signal the rest of the elephants to come and raid the whole village. And they did. They actually raided the whole entire village. They even somehow knew which building belonged to the woman and killed her pet goats along with the entire house. And while we may not ever know what the hell this woman did, something tells me that this elephant was in the right. The saying that an elephant never forgets is pretty far from an exaggeration. Elephants are known to be some of the most emotionally intelligent and empathetic animals on the planet. When Anthony Edwards, aka the Elephant Whisperer, passed away, the elephants that he rescued and bonded with walked 12 hours all the way to his home and his funeral, and they stood out of his vigil for 2 whole days to mourn his death. So just to give you a sense, they're not all... Right now, it's like the world's biggest mystery of what the fuck this...
They walked 12 hours for this dude and stood there for 2 days. If my son had to walk 12 hours to my funeral, he's not going.
Dude, I guess the elephants are Jewish, bro. It sounds like they're holding the Hebrew tradition.
I didn't say that. I don't mind that he said it. I just don't want to get blamed for saying it. That's all I'm saying. Yo, but real shit. Like, if you told my son or my daughter that they had to walk 12 hours to get to my funeral, they wouldn't go. They'd be like, fuck it, he ain't going to be there. My pops always said he ain't going to be there. He won't be upset. He won't go. He won't go. My shit will be empty. I don't even know. I don't even think you go 12 hours walk.
I wouldn't go. No way, dog.
These fucking elephants walked 12 hours for this dude and stood there for 2 days. They had like a little fucking
vigil.
Woodstock.
Vigil, bro.
They had a vigil for this motherfucker. But now let's talk about the other.
They had candles in their trunks.
But let's talk about this motherfucker who showed up at the funeral to stomp out her fucking dead body. That's some shit. What do you think she did? She definitely did something.
Yeah.
She did something. Probably like killed the baby.
Yeah. Here, let me see if I can I got an article coming from the New York Post. I'm just trying
what the hell did this woman did? But just like that, dude, I'm gonna say I think the elephant, you know, was doing some payback. You know, that's crazy. I want a baby elephant, man.
A 7-year-old woman in India was trampled to death by an elephant, and her corpse was then bizarrely attacked by the same beast at her funeral. Police said that
Wait, so the elephant's also the one that killed her.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, the elephant killed her, dog.
I'm sorry. I know I should laugh.
Police say Maya Murma had been fetching water from a well in the eastern Indian state of Odisha on Thursday when an elephant came barreling toward her, according to Print India. The tusked pachyderm had apparently escaped from Dhamma Wildlife Sanctuary, which is located in a neighboring state. The elephant trampled the woman, who ultimately died of her injuries at a nearby hospital, police said. Murma's family was then performing her last rites before lighting a funeral pyre when the elephant allegedly returned and grabbed her body.
Holy shit.
The animal threw the corpse in the air.
I could picture
ran away. Apparently, the family was able to continue the ceremony, and the elephant did not return. There is no video evidence of this because they do not have any electricity.
Well, you don't need. They don't got batteries.
News media also reports.
They don't
she
mention
was fetching water from a fucking river.
They don't mention those things going back and destroying the fucking town.
No, so we got to.
I'm not gonna lie, that picture of the town looked like something in Baghdad.
Yeah, yeah. But dude, you know what I really do like about these kind of like clips, like all these people, like some of them are really good writers, man. You know, like that was well written. What that kid was saying, you know.
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
He impressed you.
He impressed me. Yeah.
You get a Brian thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find trampled her.
Yo, he picked her up and threw her in the air. I can picture it. I can just picture her like just fucking flipping in the air, man. And then they continued the ceremony. They went, picked her up, put her back on the thing, and continued the ceremony. Maybe he was just trying to get rid of, like, I don't know, footprints or something. He was trying to get rid of evidence. He didn't want to go down. He didn't want to go down for that. How do they know it was the same one?
I don't know.
You know? That's a crazy story, if it's true.
Well, so this video is allegedly the aftermath, but, you know.
Well, if we see them picking up a body in the middle of a field.
That was the damage caused, allegedly?
Yeah, allegedly. I mean, it looks like an elephant fucked that shit up. I mean, not unless
looks like it just ran through
not
this
unless
fucking
Anne
wall,
Heche,
bro.
not unless Anne Heche is in there.
Oh, dude.
I want to apologize to the family and friends of Anne, man, but I can't help it. It was there. How could I not make that statement? I'm sorry the way my brain works, people. I'm fucking sorry. I'm gonna apologize now for that one. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, Brian. Do you forgive me, Brian?
I mean, it didn't bother me at all, really.
I'm just gonna apologize now. So when someone goes, "How can you say that?" Just understand that as it came out of my mouth, I was like, that was so wrong. But I'm not gonna say it wasn't funny. That I can't say. You know, and at the end of the day, that's what I was trying to do, make a joke, I think. The problem is my mind just does that. I don't consciously try to make jokes. What are we looking at, bro? Because I feel like you're ignoring me. You know what happens when you ignore me? I start to go on rants.
I'm trying to find the video of her actually getting stomped, but it doesn't appear to exist.
Well, she didn't get stomped. He picked her up and flung her.
No, I think that was at the funeral, bro.
That was at the funeral.
She got
trampled before that.
And then he came back to the
why
funeral.
Why would they have video for that in India by the water? You think they're doing what fucking we're doing with their thing? Oh, but cleaning our bowls today in the river. Well, you think they're doing it for the gram? Do you think in India they're doing it for the fucking gram? The fuck out of here. They're not gonna have video of that.
Oh man, that's so funny.
I think they had to get the one dude that has a camera in the town to come after the thing came through and be like, come over here, get some video of this. They're not gonna believe it. You know.
I got
look, they might have one with like the front of a hut that has a camera in front of it, and you see the elephant run right by. I can't leave this alone.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, they had a video of that. And here's a video caught from the front. You just see a fucking elephant run by and shit. And then all you hear is I'm so wrong. I'm so wrong. Well, listen, people, look, in the whole spirit of equality, when I die, you could just start making jokes. All right.
Even before, right? Even before?
Even while I'm in the bed dying, you can make jokes.
Yeah.
I'll be thinking you're a dick if it's not funny.
Right.
You know, I'll be like, what a dick. That's just mean. I thought what I said was pretty funny. I mean, it was mean, but I thought it was pretty funny. I don't know. It wasn't even mean because I had no mean spirit behind it, man. I'm very upset about, I mean, look, I just delved deep in a podcast to see if she was murdered. I think we debunked it personally.
I think we debunked it also.
I personally think we debunked it.
Well,
so when people sit there and say Gary's a conspiracy theorist, nut or whatever, just know that I look into shit and I try to look at it with common sense. And at first, yes, at face value from those 2 first videos, it made me say, what's up? But we looked at the rapping shit. Supposedly they rap people, even their faces. They waterboard them as they're bringing them into the thing. I don't know if we fully debunked it.
I got a question. I
don't know if we fully debunked it. But yeah, I think we did. I think she was on meth.
Yeah, I think it was
something. I think she was fucked up on drugs. Look it up. Did she ever have problems with drugs? Because if she had problems with drugs, then she didn't get over those problems. That would be my assessment. Just type in, did Anne whatever have a drug problem? It'll answer it. You're too busy looking up the Wikipedia.
No. Fuck out of here, bro. Yeah, I'm finding
trouble relationship with parents and death siblings.
Yeah. Her sister died of brain cancer. Her other sister had a heart defect. Her brother died in a car crash right before his high school graduation.
Damn.
Heche thought it was a suicide. Wow, that's interesting. She thought her brother's death was a suicide.
And her 2001 memoir title, Call Me Crazy.
Heche contracted genital herpes as an infant. How does that happen, bro?
The same way that little kid caught monkeypox.
However, when she approached her mother regarding the same, she shoved it aside by calling it diaper rash and refused to take her to a doctor. Wow. I'm trying to find a place for myself in writing this, whereas Anne's mothers do not feel violated or scandalized.
Oh, there's another thing too. Oh, there you go. Mental illness and drugs. She was mentally distraught. Of course, understandable.
Oh, after she split with it. I didn't know she was dating Ellen. They were together. Ellen DeGeneres. Who? Ellen. This is what this is. Heche was mentally distraught after the split with Ellen.
Oh, yeah. She did date Ellen.
Yeah. The complexity of the emotional turmoil was further amplified when 10 days later, breaking up, she knocked on a random woman's house out in the desert on August 19th. She drove from LA all the way out to Cantua Creek outside of Fresno and ditched her SUV on a dusty roadside. She walked almost a mile and a half wearing just a bra and shorts before knocking on the door of a dazed Araceli Campes, who instantly recognized her.
Way to get that name, brother.
Yeah, well,
thanks, for you. That's why you read and I don't.
Yeah, back then, people reported that Campes said, "I was thinking, oh my God, we're in the middle of nowhere," and she walks in. Campes explained that Heche, that Heche took off her Nikes and said she needed to take a shower, to which she had no objections. Campes explained how she was sure that Heche was no drug, drunk, or high. However, the actress later accepted she had taken ecstasy. Soon enough, Campes got anxious because Heche did not.
I just thought she was friendly.
Yeah, Campes ended up calling the sheriff's office, and when they arrived, Heche told them that she was God and was going to take everyone back to heaven in his spaceship.
That's nice.
Heche is currently in the hospital as we speak. Covering.
All right, so maybe it wasn't drugs. I'm either gonna.
Okay.
I'm even gonna pull back that maybe it wasn't drugs, because nowhere there did it say that she had a drug problem. From what it's showing is she had a mental problem and depression. Definitely understandable.
Well, she said she took E. She admitted to taking E.
Yeah. But I mean,
E's not really a drug problem, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, man, I've been talking to my other buddy about this, and my personal belief is that, you know, people who, you know, drug addicts, depression, schizophrenia, autism, like a lot of these things are more or less the same in the fact that people's brains function differently, you know, like every human has the same brain, right? We have a brain, and like take autism, for example. they don't really know what that is. And in autism, there's like this wide spectrum. Like, you remember just like the kid that was a little bit fucking weird when you were in school?
Slow. He was off.
Yeah, he was
Flaky.
off. Yeah, he's a little slow, a little flaky, a little off, wasn't, socially and
blinked
like
a little too much.
Yeah,
a little
man.
Too much.
Right. Nothing necessarily wrong with the guy. Nice kid, always a little weird, would always say some weird shit in front of the girls, though, that would always kind of creep everyone out.
And you weren't really surprised when you found out he had bodies underneath his fucking mattress.
But sometimes that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that doesn't happen. But even, bro, when you take like, high doses of crystal or coke or anything, and you stay up for a few days, that's the kind of shit that goes on in your brain, man. Like, you start to see stuff, you start to hear stuff, and you start to tune in to these other fucking frequencies that are either real or imaginary.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say
people can snap from all those things.
Yeah, I'm not going to say she wasn't on drugs. I mean, I know that look, but I also know that look could also just be mentally disturbed too at the same time. And
I think they're the same thing, bro. That's kind of what I'm saying,
Yeah, I mean, she was obviously, and rightly so, a little messed up. Rightly so. I mean, look at that life, man.
Ellen
that
is
shit
a bitch.
Is crazy. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. After dating her,
Ellen's a bitch, bro.
They were a cute couple, though.
I know. Yeah, they were. Oh,
they were. That's the first time Ellen ever looked like attractive to me. Like, she actually looked attractive with her. She made her look better. Right? They both look very pretty.
Yeah.
They're a cute couple.
What a 90s lesbian couple. Look right there, bro. The pantsuits, the haircuts.
Yeah, man. They got it all going on.
It's good. This is before plastic surgery, like before a lot of plastic surgery. I think they look great.
Yeah. I think they look great. All
right.
I wonder if Ellen reacted yet. Has Ellen reacted? What did Ellen have to say about her ex driving fucking face first into a fucking house? It sounds like it was a mental thing, I made those jokes in jest. Believe me when I say I really feel bad for the lady.
Yeah.
But Ellen feel free to make fun of me when I die. If it makes you feel any better.
Yeah, Ellen said something on Twitter. This is a sad day. I'm sending Anne's children, family, and friends all my love.
Oh, she had kids? Oh. Well.
Okay. Now switching
gears.
It's
messed up. That's messed up. She obviously had some things going on that head of hers, and
stuff.
My condolences to the family, and I was a long way getting to my condolences, but my condolences to the family and children and friends and everybody who feels that loss, man. For me, death is where the rubber meets the road in my ideology, which is that we move on to bigger and better things. And it's funny because people like to talk that shit about how they believe in afterlife and they believe in this and that. But then when people die, it's like, I can understand, we all mourn. It's a human thing. You mourn, you feel lost a little bit. But
it's selfish,
at the end of the day, it's selfish because if it's anything like I've had visions of, because I remember like when I did DMT, my biggest thing on DMT was I didn't want to come back to this world. I felt like I didn't want to come back into this body because it felt like this body was so confining. It keeps me from being everything that is inside us. Yep. This body keeps us very confined, and I didn't want to come back. And I remember saying, "You gotta go back. You gotta go back." And I did. I came back, and here I am.
Do you think?
But if it's anything like I visioned, then they're in a better place than us. You know what I'm saying? And this is death is where the rubber meets the road, and what you might call faith. Because if you believe there's a better place, then, it's cool to be sad. You're going to miss the person, but there's also a thing of that person is in a better place, now, unless they were a piece of shit.
Do you remember like a point which you were no longer afraid to die? Like, can you pinpoint that to like a moment?
I don't ever really
like, even like, did you ever have any of that kind of fear? I
don't ever really remember ever really fearing death. I didn't really think.
How about
much
this? How about you being okay with it? You know, that you knew that when it would come.
Oh yeah. I'd say the time I took that DMT, the first time I really got off on DMT, because I tried it a couple times. It's not the easiest shit to smoke. You got to like do it like base, basically. You know, cook, heat it up and shit.
You need a meth pipe, bro.
Yeah. No, I found actually they have these pipes that like it goes underneath the bowl and then it just heats it up
with like the bubble, right?
Yeah.
It's a meth.
No, not the glass shit. I tried it in the glass. I did, because you got to smoke it like crack. I did, I know how to do that shit. So I tried it like that, but it wasn't. You
didn't get it, yeah.
I didn't get the fullness of it until I bought that other pipe. And then that time when I did it, it was it just changed everything. Like I said, I knew what I was seeing. I felt like I was in the presence of God, dog. And I was like, wow, this is what we move into on the next level, man. Let's go. I don't even want to go back. That's how I felt. I was like, yeah, I could chill here. I never felt so much love and acceptance and pure joy. And I might have even felt glee. I might have felt glee. I always say, what the fuck is glee? But the truth is, I might have felt that shit. You know what I'm saying? I always say it. I do a joke about that. What the fuck is glee? I've been happy. I never felt glee. But actually, now that I think about it.
You think that was it?
That might be it, man. Well, nah, see, I can't even say that. It was before that. It was when, I ain't gonna lie, it was when Christians would say I got saved. I would say when I actually met God. You know what I'm saying? Then I had the belief that there's something better, and I felt like it's gonna be all right, because what are you gonna do? Send me home? But then when I did the DMT, the DMT was more like
like a physical meeting, like more of a physical.
It was
meeting,
more of like
an internal meeting?
like when you say something and then it gets verified. Like it was more of a
like your destiny, like
nah. The word I'm looking
sort of
for,
thing?
it was more like a confirmation.
Confirmation.
It was a confirmation to my faith.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, it's kind of like that physical.
It
took you there. Yeah, you went there.
Yeah, it actually. Yeah, I had the faith already. And then it was almost like a confirmation that I am not bugging out. Yeah, brother, this is what waits. Something better than this. And it was an amazing thing, man. It's hard to explain unless somebody.
It's really hard to explain psychedelic experiences to other
unless
people.
you're talking to someone else who actually experienced psychedelic experiences.
And you can still only kind of get it.
But the funny thing is with DMT, there are a lot, when you talk to someone else who's done it, there's a lot of the same shit.
Right, which is weird.
There's a lot of the same shit, like
Very
those little
weird.
things running around.
Yeah.
You hear people mention those. I didn't see a lot of them, but I caught a couple in the corner every now and then. The tunnels. People talk about the tunnels, and this is the same experience from people that don't know each other.
Right.
The presence of God, the hearing them talking back and forth.
It's interesting, man. Psychedelics are fascinating to me, and I had a similar experience to you in that when I realized that I was okay to die whenever, right? Like there was a point in time where I wanted to live a long old life, and I still want that. But
I ain't gonna lie, I still do. But if it doesn't happen,
I'm okay, because I know I'm going to be good. And what happened, man, is when I was living in California, I was real strung out on crystal at the time, right? And I had me and my buddy had picked up some acid, and I had already been up for like 2 days at this point. Really, really bad combo. I would not recommend it to anybody, right? So
no, he prefers to shoot it.
Correct. So I was shooting crystal, right? And now I'm taking, and mind you, bro, I'm in Cali. So the quality of the acid was always like, it was insanely good, always insanely potent too. So I take a couple with my buddy, and we're at this casino, right? And all of a sudden I start to come up and I get, the chills. So I borrow his jacket from him and I put it on. And in this breast pocket here, I had he had a medicine jar filled up with like 20 bags of crystal that we were, hustling, right? So I get this thing in there, and then, the next thing I know, bro, I'm seeing like shapes and shit, like people, like shape shifting, like total full on. I would say schizophrenic episode. Like for real, it was a schizophrenic episode because, you know, not only am I sleep deprived, which gives you hallucinations, I've compounded that with some really strong psychedelics. So for the next 6 to 8 hours,
it went either way.
It went really bad south, but also really bad good at the same time. It was the worst, but best trip I've ever had in my life. So
I totally understand that.
So what happens now, bro, is I get on my bicycle, dude, and I'm riding around Lake Tahoe in the middle of the night. Dude, I'm screaming at people. I'm yelling at things that aren't there, dude. I'm seeing shit all over the place. So then one point, okay, I go over to like the library, which was kind of this area, Tahoe, that was like real quiet. And I'll show you some pictures of it later, right? So to this area that's real quiet, and I had this place called the Big Bear Cafe, right? It was like a diner restaurant that was there. And then if I look straight ahead, bro, there's a traffic light, really tall evergreen trees, and then the entirety of Lake Tahoe. So you know when you get to like a forest clearing, it just like opens up and it just looks like it's the most wide open, like when you're looking at the ocean, you know, it was like that.
Yeah.
And there, dude, there was this traffic light. Okay. So what I'm thinking is going on, right? I'm on the ground. I think I got stabbed, right? From somebody in front of the casino, because I was like fucking around out there. You know, I'm like selling drugs, like, you know, doing shit. So like people would have a reason to kind of like fight me, you know?
I never bought drugs for you, but I want to fight you.
So
you have that face.
So I'm hallucinating.
It makes me stab you in your stomach,
bro. I'm hallucinating, right? That I'm stabbed on the ground, and I'm down here in front of the casino, and I'm trying to stop myself from getting pulled up into the beyond, dude. Like it was a near-death experience. And at the same time, I'm also visualizing my mother and her face above the traffic light in the clouds, right? And I hear her talking to me. She's saying like, you can't be doing this anymore. Like, you know, you're worth more than that. Like, you know, you're so much better than this. Now's not your time. Don't let go. You're strong. Like all these like real crazy positive things. And then all of a sudden, and like, dude, mind you, I think that there's like EMTs around me, and I'm like struggling because I got like stabbed in the chest. Dude, the next thing I know, bro, I pop up. I'm on the ground, dude. I was on the ground this entire time, and I pop up, and I'm in the middle of a parking lot at like 5:30 in the morning at the library in South Lake Tahoe. And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? I came to. And I think this is what I think happened. I think because I was on so much speed and the LSD, I was overamping. I think I was overdosing. I really do. I think I was overdosing from the speed, and I was actually on the ground shaking. And I had this near-death experience. And because like I talked it out, it brought me back. And that was and then I woke up and I was just like, yo,
I think you was tripping. And here's the thing, I don't want to trip with you. I've never had a bad trip. Like I don't get it. Like I've never sat there. Like all these people I know are like they took acid or mushrooms or something else and realized they were pieces of shit. And I'm sitting there and I'm taking it and I'm looking at like, woo,
but bro,
everything is gravy, having these deep,
dude. But I was in a dark place in my life.
No, I understand that.
You know,
I definitely
like
understand that.
Like darker than any place.
I think it's because I tend to have a very realistic opinion of what's going on, like with myself. In other words, like
yes, you're really self-aware.
I don't need, like, acid doesn't need to tell me I'm a piece of shit, which is why there's certain times I just won't trip,
right?
Because I'm like, I'm a piece of shit, and if I trip right now, you know, all it's gonna do is compound the fact that I know I'm a piece of shit, and I'm gonna go deep into that. Correct. You know, but I have a very big understanding of who I am, and that, you know, my shortcomings in life, and I don't like them already. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the drugs to make me not like the shit that's not cool about me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whenever I get shown that stuff, it's like that joke I said the other day when my son said, you know, I was never a good father, and I said, I know I was there. What you think? I wasn't there. I was there. I know. That's how it is. It's like, you know, if it shows me something like, you know, this is wrong, I sit there and go, I know, I did it. You understand what I'm saying? I accept it. You're telling me something I already know. I accept that shit, yo. I know I'm this. I know I'm that. Come on, let's go deeper. Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like I've never had a trip like that. My trips have always been the worst time, like I say, like to myself with negativity while I was tripping was I was out here on some mushrooms by myself, just tripping in my house. And then I said, you know what? Let me go to Kiss Kiss, right? And I only went there because I knew that it was going to be a long ass line.
Long
and
line
that I was
for what?
To get into Kiss Kiss.
Oh, okay.
I knew that there was going to be, because there's always a long ass line on Saturday. You get in. Right. So there's going to be like all these people dressed up, waiting online to get into Kiss Kiss. And I'm going to walk in there just like this with my baseball cap and my fucked up sneakers, because I still haven't been able to get no good sneakers now, right? Because I got bills. And I'm going to walk up to it, give every bouncer a pound and a hug, and I'm going to walk right in to this tunnel that's got all those lights and shit bugging out, you know, and I was going to flex just to feel good that I could walk into that club while all these other people are online. You know, that's how I was feeling in my head. I needed a boost, you know, but then I walked in, everything went just like I thought it would, because you're always thinking moves ahead and tripping like, could this go wrong? Nah, it's not a holiday. It's acting like it's a holiday. Then you walk up to like, gee, we can't let you in tonight. It's packed. So everything worked out. I get inside and I'm sitting there maybe for 10 seconds. And in my head, I hear, what the fuck are you doing here, dude? Fucking 51 years old, dog. What are you doing here? You're tripping on mushrooms by yourself on a Saturday night in a club. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you going to do? You're going to go dance? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to go dance with all these young kids right now? You're going to go out there and do the old robot, dude? Is that what you're going to do? That's what's going on in my head. What the fuck are you doing here, dude? You're 51. And in my head, it's like, go home and masturbate like an adult, you fucking moron. What are you doing in here? And then I just turned around and walked out feeling like, yeah, what the fuck was I doing in there? Why would I go to a club? I hate fucking clubs.
Oh, man.
Like
that's how it goes, bro. That's how it goes.
Around. And then that was like the most, that tripping. Then once I got out, it was like, now come on, let's go fucking just watch cartoons and shit.
Yeah. Go for a walk. Yeah, watch some cartoons.
You know, now I came back home. I don't like to walk around Atlantic City tripping.
Yeah.
The shadows is trying to mug you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I was walking one day, dude just came out the bush. I mean, the bushes, low cut bushes, low cut, not these high shits, low cut to my waist. I'm walking down the block. I was with my son. Dude just comes out, right the bushes, looks at us, and then just starts walking up the block. My son was like, what the fuck? I said, dude, that's AC. Don't even think about that.
That's crack. That's what
that's AC.
Yeah, that's crack. Yep.
AC stands for a lot of crack. That should have been the slogan. Fuck do AC. That should have said AC, a lot of crack. Cracks in the boardwalk, cracks on the sidewalk, cracks on the corner, you know. And cracks, it's funny too,
the boardwalk,
because I was going past, I forgot what block it is. What's the block that has that strip club right down from Tropicana?
I mean, is that Arctic or Baltic or something? I mean, that's
something like
Tennessee.
That. Could be Tennessee, whatever.
Yeah,
that's not even important to the story. Let me not like tell a story like a woman, like that's important. But there's the one block where I think they have 2 strip clubs within like 4 or 5 blocks apart from each other.
Okay.
And then they have a painting on the wall when you're coming down the block, and it says the sexiest block in Atlantic City, because it has 2 strip clubs on it. But to get to those strip clubs, there's nothing sexy going on that block. It's nothing but the fucking raw. It's the raw.
Yeah,
and when I say raw, I mean it's the raw. The prostitutes look like you can catch something by them asking you if you want to party.
Right.
Like if you even answer them no or yes, you just caught herpes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the dealers and the heads. I'm like, there's nothing sexy about this fucking block. Nothing.
I'm sure not.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's like The Walking Dead down there, you know? It's like zombie.
I said the other day, man, if we did turn into zombies, right? Like if you woke up in the morning, looked out your window and saw people walking, you would right away know they were zombies. I wouldn't know for like 5 blocks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. The only clue I would have, which would make me stop after 5 blocks, I would stop and go, nobody's asked me for money or tried to sell me a bike. Something's wrong,
dude. There was one time, bro.
Something's wrong.
I took my boy to the police station in AC, which is only a couple blocks up from you, right?
It's not there no more. It's not there no more.
Oh, it's not? Okay,
No.
so it was the old police station, right? So I'm pulled up. He runs in. I got my window lowered like a quarter, right? Because I'm smoking a cigarette and I don't want anybody to come up to me. So I lowered it a quarter, just enough to where someone's not going to really try to reach their hand in, right?
Crackhead.
This bitch, bro, takes a bag, a plastic
and
bag,
throws it in your lap.
Goes in, $2 for the bag, $2 for the bag. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here. And she's like, $2. I was like, what's in it? She couldn't say. I'm like,
yeah, I remember that story. I told you should have bought it.
I probably should have. $2 is probably a good deal.
So my neighbor, man, like if you want to talk a spiral.
Upstairs neighbor?
No. I'm not gonna say which neighbor. I'm not a rat, but I do like to tell stories. My neighbor, man, when I got here, she was big chick, had a daughter, lived with her moms. The moms, the first time I moved in, gave me the key to the elevator, and I was like, "Hey, you can hold my ID." She was like, "Nah, I trust you." And I was like, "Oh, good looking, because you need a key in my elevator to go up and down."
Right.
You know, so I look, I would look out for them. And they had the boyfriend that would stay in. The boyfriend was obviously, good dude, but obviously Bobby Brown in that situation, right? And so I would look out for her. I saw her one time drive, give her lifts here and there and whatever. Then I started noticing her getting a little slimmer very quickly, getting slimmer. And then the daughter's gone.
Daughter's gone?
Yeah, the daughter, you don't see her with the daughter no more. And the mom's is gone. So I think maybe the daughter's with the moms, But they're both gone now.
So who's left?
And now it's the boyfriend and her, and the boyfriend's mother, who has obviously been through some shit. She's like the parent that would get high with a kid back in the day.
Right.
I don't know if you ever met one of those kids, but I've met a couple of those kids. We're sitting there fucking sniffing coke. The mother walks in, I go to hide it. And she goes, "Oh, look how cute. He's trying to hide it. Give me some of that." And I was like,
yeah.
What
the fuck? That's very weird, bro. That's
very she would feed her son. He doesn't know how to do it on his own and feed him cocaine. It was crazy. So she's getting mad slimmer. And now I'm noticing she's asking me for money every now and then.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, she's going down, man.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend's still the same, holding down his job, doing what he got to do.
Right. Right. Because he's been doing this for a long time.
He's been doing it for a while. And now she's like mad slim. And I'm coming in, there's an eviction notice.
Damn.
Stapled to the door saying, you got to get the fuck out of this place. And like the other day, I heard a knock on my door and the dog was barking. And you know how I normally go, enough. But I heard the knock. So I was like, let me not be so hasty to say that. And I like sneak up to the door and I looked through and I saw it was her and I snuck away from the door and just let the dog keep barking. Nobody's home, baby. Don't come ask me for money. I don't got none.
Yeah.
So now I'm turning the corner just the other night. And I'm walking past 7-Eleven. And you have the dudes holding the doors. They're there. And I hear, "Is that my neighbor?" And she's holding the doors at 7-Eleven, dog. And it's funny because my son said, "You should have said, 'Is that my neighbor?'"
That's fucked up, dog. That is fucked up.
Because of course I hit my son up right away. I'm such a fuck. Of course I hit my son up, and I'm like, damn, yo, I just saw this chick holding the door at 7-Eleven. And my son replied, she went full AC. You should never go full AC.
Yeah, I mean, that's right, dude. But damn, dog, that's quick. What do you think she's doing? Is it heroin, you think? Or you think she's sniffing coke? Heroin, probably? Probably heroin.
I think it's more of a crack thing.
Yeah.
It looks a little cracky.
Yeah. That would explain.
Doesn't look heroin because she's never like nodding. She's always got a lot of energy.
Yeah, it's probably crack, man. You know? Crack's fucked up, dude.
You know, she's got a lot of energy.
Yeah, crack's fucked up. For sure.
Yeah, don't do crack, kids. You know, it's so good it's bad for you.
Don't
I didn't
don't
like
do AC.
Don't go full AC. You know, she took that ball, do AC. She took that slogan to heart.
Do a lot of crack.
They call it, they went with do AC. That shit should have just said AC. A lot of crack.
But the do makes sense. You do a lot of crack when you go.
Not me, baby. I'm still managing to maintain. I got pictures of some of the neighborhood people that I have that I hold up to my face in the mirror to see if I'm starting to look like any of those AC signs that you see. You know, the despair in the eyes, the hanging.
You've had those two things for a little while, though.
The despair in my eyes has always been there, man. It's not despair. It's
I think
I would say it's not despair. I would say it's a look of understanding.
Failure. Yeah, failure. Yep. Yeah, I would agree with that. Failure. Yeah.
Sure. I failed at a lot. That's why I'm so successful in life. And you know what I'm saying? I can honestly say I have failed at every endeavor that I have ever took part in. I have. You know, I've gotten I've had victories in those wars to dreams and shit, but I failed at every endeavor. I have failed in marriage. I've failed as a parent. I mean, I've been successful in some ways. I mean, a 25-year bid is nothing to laugh at. That's hard times. That's hard time. That's life shit right there, man. You know, so I failed at that. I failed with the music. Although I did get signed, I never got to do what I wanted to do with it.
Not yet.
So believe me, failure is something I know very well, which makes me so successful in what I'm doing right now. You know, not the podcast at all. You look at the podcast and you'd be like, Gary, you're still failing. But not even with the podcast, dude. Even with the podcast, I could say we have a platform right now.
Yeah.
We have a platform right now. We have a decent show, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. You tell me, guys.
Dude, yeah, our show's
those
good.
Comments are there for a reason. In case you're wondering, the comments, and if you follow us, but you're like, I don't have to subscribe. If you want to help us out, subscribe to the fucking channel. All that stuff helps us out. Send a comment or two, even if it's like, good episode today. This episode sucked today. All that shit helps in the fucking rhythm of things and gets our shit, you know, popping a little more. If you want to, you know, if you want to. If you don't want to, I'm glad you're just listening anyway. You know, it's always good to know that there's ears somewhere listening to the shit we say.
Ears and eyes, baby.
You know,
ears and eyes.
I actually got to go record now for the whatchamacallit thing that they're doing out here. Whatever, man. I'm supposed to be there in 4 minutes. Listen, guys, man. Every now and then I have some days that are like a little stressful. You know, I try to always stay living in the moment, try not to get ahead of myself. But, you know, we are only human. And every now and then I need to have something to smoke just to, like, you know, pull my mind down. If you're like that, if you're like me and smoking calms you down and helps you to relax and not take things so seriously, and you live in Astoria, Queens, check out Apollo Bud. Apollo Buds in Astoria, Queen. You can call them at 347-355-5281 and tell them that Rated G sent you, man. Maybe that'll get you an extra eighth or something. I don't know, man, extra something. But tell them, man, it's nice to know. At least he'll know that that there's people out there listening. Check out Apollo Bud, you know. And if and there's Apollo right there. That dog is so cool, but I'm not gonna lie, it always tries to rape me. And I don't like that. But other than that, Apollo is beautiful dog, huge. You know, so check out Apollo Buds.
And speaking of rape, if you're trying to try something that's maybe a little less extreme and something maybe a little bit more fun and positive, check out XXX Playground, the only adult communication tool sex game that you've ever seen. G, take it away. What's so great about XXX Playground?
Well, what's great about XXX Playground, dog, is, you know, some people, they have a failure to communicate in their relationships, and they wonder why they, you know, you get those women who never had an orgasm because they didn't tell them to move to the left and move to the right. You get them dudes that don't tell chicks what they're into. And because of that, the relationship suffers. So if you guys want to dive deep into your relationship, take a roll of the dice, and the next thing you know, you'll be elbows deep in each other. XXX Playground. You can get it at xxxplayground.com.
And the show is also sponsored by and produced by, and on it's going to be on a new channel. And It Was Good over here. This is the new channel. We're going to be doing some podcasts, comedy specials, just like a bunch of crazy shit. So that's what we're going to be.
And people constantly ask me, G, how can I get some merch? You know what I'm saying? I want to support you guys, but I want something in return. I need a nice shirt that says Rated G. I'd like to get me a mug or maybe a hoodie. If you want to grab some merch from Rated G and support the cause, which, is basically our bills, check out our merch on And It Was Good.
Yeah, it's gonna be there now. Yeah, we're moving everything. The merch will be there too. You can get a shirt. Look at that.
Get a shirt. Do we have the mugs there as well?
We do have the mugs there. But did you know this T-shirt is everything you've dreamed of and more?
It's everything you dreamed of and more. All right, people, not less, more. And soon we're gonna be making some Rated G strings.
Yes.
So for our lady fans out there.
Yes. Oh, and a shout out to my boy, my super crazy Brazilian friend for giving me this Brazilian jersey. It was his parting gift for me moving to Atlanta. He is a Brazilian and American musical artist, Nino Leon. And he gave me this. Thanks, bro.
He sounds famous.
He is
What's
famous.
his name?
Yeah. Nino Leon. Ninex.
Sounds very famous.
Yeah.
And as we big up all the people who support us, man, I want to big up every single ear that's listening today, man, and that's been following us from day one, or if you just started following us last week, man, and listened through the whole thing. No one appreciates that shit more than I do, more than Brian does. Guys, that's another episode of Rated G. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We actually debunked something today. I think. We debunked it.
Keep your eyes and ears open, America.
Don't believe anything you hear, and even less of what you see.
Especially not from the show.
Especially if it's coming from us.